And it was amazing. They were brand new to the industry, and they wanted to learn more about what we did and how we did it. So we sent them some information, and immediately, within 2 weeks, they were involved with the business, and they started to work leads. Now, they went into about their 6th or 7th week of the business. They already had leads in hand. They were working leads, and I'll never forget, the gentleman calls me, lived down in Florida, and he says, look, I've got somebody on the phone. He's excited. He's fired up, and I want you to talk to him because I don't know what I'm doing. I said, fine. He followed the system. He got me on a 3-way. I talked to the prospect. 2 weeks later, that original associate was gone. In fact, they left. They joined the Witness Protection Program. I could not find them, but you know what? They linked, just like Mike mentioned before, to a leader. Within 12 months, that person went to the top level of our compensation plan, and believe me, I was pretty happy, too, with the overrides and how we worked together. But a very solid relationship now for the past 3-4 years, people I'm friends with to this day and will be for the rest of my life. Now, how did that happen? A Cutting Edge Media lead, and there was somebody I'd recruited from a Cutting Edge Media lead. We worked leads together, and we found an ace. You know what, folks? It happens every day. It happens every week. It happens every month to Cutting Edge Media customers and leaders out there building their business. But again, I'm just trying to remind you that if you focus on these little things, if you challenge yourself daily, the success stories you're reading about, the success stories you hear about, they're going to become nothing but a reality for you.
Hey, listen, Mike, I appreciate that. You know, and the bottom line is simply this, is as I wrap up my portion of this thing, I want to leave you with just a few key little points to kind of remember. Number one is simply get out there and make it happen. Expectations are a big deal, okay? What you expect to happen will happen. And remember this, and I think this is vitally important in this industry, is how you view your accomplishments will determine how much you accomplish. And I think that that's so important. How you view your accomplishments will determine how much you accomplish. You know, in generalized terms, the bottom line is that you got to get excited. Be proud to be a part of this industry. Be proud to be working the cutting edge leads. Be proud to be doing the things that you're doing to help yourself. Number 3, don't compare yourself to others. That's vitally important to understand that. And thirdly, I would tell you to eliminate distractions the moment that they show up. It's so important because people get distracted by unimportant things, and it's vitally important for you to just eliminate those distractions. You got to get them out of your life so that you can focus on building your business and changing your life and moving in the right direction. So understand eliminating your distractions is absolutely vitally important to your success in this business. And I think that, you know, where the rubber meets the road is people turning points in most people's lives are simply they come from disgust. Maybe they're in a situation where they've just simply had it. You know, we heard the statement, you know, they're sick and tired of being sick and tired. I think that another turning point is having to make a decision. You know, you have to make a choice to do something different. You don't have any other options, you know, and that's why I tell people to evaluate their options. Another turning moment is when that desire ignites inside you, when you just get so fired up about something that you want to get there, you want to get to the top of the mountain, you want to get to the summit. A turning point would be resolve. Maybe you've just, resolved yourself and you have that quiet intensity, that deep down quiet commitment that you're going to become successful no matter what. You're going to double your rate of failure. You're going to fail your way to the top, and it's vitally important for you to focus in on that. And then lastly, what I would just tell you is that your attitude is absolutely everything in this industry and in this business. And I want to close up with that by saying attitude isn't simply a state of mind. It's a reflection of what we value. It's more than just saying I can. It's believing that you can. It requires believing before seeing, because seeing is based on circumstances and believing is based on faith. It's contagious, especially when we allow it to turn our doubts of the past into passions of today and set the stage for our tomorrows. We have total ownership over our attitude. Without our permission, no one else has the power to alter it. Our attitude allows us to become more empowering than money, to rise above our failures and accept others for what they are and what they say. It's more important than giftedness, and it's the forerunner of all skills needed for happiness and success. Our attitude can be used to build us up or put us down. The choice is ours. It also gives us the wisdom to know that we can't change the events of the past, and I'm convinced that life is 10% what happens to me and 90% how I respond to that 10%. It's with that state of mind that I remain in charge of my own attitude. Ladies and gentlemen, we just want to thank you for taking the time to listen to our tape series today, the Long Distance Sponsoring Training Program. We want to thank Cutting Edge Media for all the support that they've provided for us. We want to encourage you to look out for further, future products in the future between Mike and myself. And so from Motivated Mike Lemire and Michael Dorsey myself, we appreciate you taking the time to listen today. You guys have a great day and good luck on your journey to success.